Well, Christine, Alex, the good news is you don't need to go running to the store just yet to stock up on beer, but brewers are starting to get concerned. I'm here at Urban South Brewery, a staple in New Orleans, where they make about 2,700 gallons of beer every day. A lot of it is in these big tanks behind me. One day without CO2 would put all of this on hold. The beer is still flowing for now, but with the CO2 shortage, beer taps could soon go dry.
I'm in daily text communication with my supplier.
Jacob Landry owns this brewery. He says he's still able to get CO2, but he's paying triple the price.
We can't produce beer without CO2. We need CO2 for carbonation of the beer. So the one thing that we really don't want our beer exposed to is oxygen. And so CO2 will displace the oxygen both in the supply lines and in the actual packaging process. It is a bit of a scary situation and kind of an unknown for us right now.
The problem stems from one of the nation's largest gas production hubs in Mississippi, where many breweries get their CO2.
It's still being produced, but it has slight contamination in it that then doesn't bring it up to what they call the ISBT standard, which is relatively high purity food and beverage quality CO2.
There's some other hydrocarbon levels that are in the CO2 right now that have the potential to create off flavors that we don't want in our beer. Yeah, this is our bulk CO2 tank. So this is a 13-ton tank. Once it gets down to about 5,000 pounds, we'll call for a new fill. Typically, that would have happened, within the next day or two. But now is the situation where we have to, stay very clear communication with our supplier to make sure that we're not getting too critically low.
But the shortage isn't affecting only the beer industry.
It's food processors as well. Chicken, food freezing, food chilling that use CO2 and dry ice. It's having a roll-on effect.
Ammonia plants are also a main source for CO2 across the U.S., but in the summer, many of them go offline for maintenance work. Now, those in the gas industry do expect the CO2 supply to get back to normal levels around September, a sigh of relief for beer lovers. In New Orleans, Rebecca Castor, Fox 11 News.